the wonderful Emmy Award-winning documentarian, it's Chris Schueler.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, come on now. Oh, no, come a little more. No. Listen, thank you so much. What is a producer? What do we do? What are the steps? And who are these people? You always see these award shows and people go up and they win the award and they thank everybody. Who are those people? What do they actually do for a living? Now, I told you in one of the other talks I would give you a little secret about the Emmy Awards. For those of you from the States, you know what the Emmy Awards are. Brits, do you know what the Emmy Awards are? Sort of the Oscars of television, right? Well, when you see people hold them up, you will notice that they don't hold them up this way where you can see the bottom usually. And it's because on the bottom is this. This is the bottom of an Emmy. And in fact, I realized that you don't own the Emmy. They give it to you, but you don't own it. And as a result, you never see them on eBay, you never see them sold, right? Because legally, the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences owns the Emmy. And they tell you this right on the thing, and they give you the certificate. They say, listen, if you want to give it to somebody when you die, that's fine. But if you don't want to do that, you send it back to us. I thought it was a fascinating thing. And I actually increased security around my house to keep the Emmy police out, just so they can't take the things. In another lifetime ago, I was a stunt man. And that came in very handy on a couple of occasions.
This story has at its core a 24-year-old woman who was paralyzed at age 12, but has never stopped living fully and having amazing, physically challenging exploits.
Now, the question is, how did we get that footage? I want you to think about that for just a second. So we've got the speedboat. It's going to go like 100 miles an hour. What is that, 110, 115 kilometers? Is that about right? I mean, it's like going to fly along. And we have another boat with my camera guy on it trying to chase it. So he's on the boat. What we decided to do was he was going to take off on that boat first, get it up to as fast as it could go, which was not real fast. Then she would come shooting past, and he would film it. And you see the boat go right past. I mean, it was maybe 2 seconds of film. I needed to make sure we knew she was in the boat. So I climbed into the back. If you've been in these, they're really small. I climb into the back behind her, get down in the seat with this little camera, and I was looking up like this. This was my angle, looking up at her. And so we do the first take, and she shoots by, and I see that, and we get past the thing, and I tell her to stop and slow down, and she slows down. And I realized this doesn't do us any good, does it? I mean, who is that? We don't know. She could be a stunt woman. I don't know who it is. So we have to figure out how to get her shot. This is the shot that we need. We don't have this shot. So being a stunt man and looking at the boat after the first run, and I climb out from behind the thing, and right at the very tip of the boat is a cleat. One of our table mates is a sailor. You'll know what that is. It's a cleat on the front of the boat. And I thought, okay, and we didn't have time to lash the camera in because Cody, when she's paralyzed, her body temperature rises really rapidly. So she didn't have a lot of time before she needed to be out of that thing and into some cool weather. So I said, listen, let me just climb out there. I'll hang on to the cleat. I'll hold the camera. It'll be okay. So I know, you're getting ahead of me here. So I get out on the boat, and I'm down between my knees. I've got the camera in my hand, and I say, okay, Cody, don't go too fast. Rookie mistake. This is Cody Unser. She shoots out of there. We are going 100 miles an hour. Honest to goodness, and I'm hanging on to this thing, and what you saw in the film, and I'll show it to you again, this shot was all we got, because the camera's like, I used about 2.5 seconds of what we got. And I got done, and I said, okay, that's great. And the guy who was sitting next to her, the official pilot, said, man, you're a brave man. And I said, no. It's like, listen, we're over water. What's the big deal? And he said, no. If you would have fallen off at 100 miles an hour, it would be like hitting cement. I thought, okay, this is something I will not do again. Let me just show you the clip. Now that you've got a little bit of context, let's take a look at this thing.
Age 12. but has never stopped living fully and having amazing, physically challenging exploits.
You can see how quick it is. That was in the 1 hour film. It was 4 seconds. We spent a day doing it, so you can kind of get a feel for how long these things take. But the question is, do you like coffee? This is the 7th test. That's where we are here. Do you like? Come in, come in. I come in, I sit down with him in the little thing with the fire going and the smoke pouring. There's the coffee pot. He pours the cup for me. Con leche, he says. With milk? Yeah, good. With milk? And I say, sí, muchísimos gracias. He reaches out, there's a goat staked outside, grabs the udder and it was the best latte I ever had in my life.